I've been asked to give the prayer, and Julie's grandfather wrote this prayer.
Julie's dad, my grandfather.
Yes. Did I say Julie's grandfather? Sorry, Rage. A little nervous. Big shoes to fill for Papa. So I guess we should all just bow our heads and I'll start. Gracious God, we thank you for making us a covenant people through Christ our Lord, and for consecrating in his name the marriage covenant of Sarah and Rachel. May their love for each other grow stronger each day, defend them from evil, lead them into all peace, bless them in their work and in their companionship, in their sleeping and in their waking, in their joys and in their sorrows. And now, Sarah and Rachel, may God the Eternal keep you in love with each other so that the peace of Christ may abide in your home. May you bear witness to the love of God in this world, so that those to whom love is a stranger will find in you generous friends. In thanksgiving, we share your joy today. Amen.
My name is Katie Yon. I am Sarah's sister and her maid of honor tonight. Sarah has been my best friend and go-to person since we were kids, so I know her pretty well. She's always been so helpful, honest, caring, and a very grateful person. Starting in our childhood, Sarah was always a very grateful person. When we were little, our parents took us to Disney World for a family trip. Well, the trip went from really good to really bad to awesome. See, we were having a good time together, going on rides, unfortunately waiting in those really long lines, but we still were able to meet all the different Disney characters and princesses and had a lot of fun together. Then one morning, our trip went really bad. See, I broke my foot on a ride and was put in a wheelchair to get around the amusement park for the rest of the trip. I'm sure my siblings were really worried about me, but they, especially Sarah, were probably more pissed for ruining the vacation. I mean, who would really want to wheel their sister around all day? But vacation took a turn of events for the better. Sarah ended up being so grateful and thankful that I could not walk. She realized with me by her side, she could cut all those long lines to all her favorite rides. So that wait went from an hour to about 5 minutes. Best vacation ever. Now, Sarah was always a very helpful and honest person growing up too, especially when I was a teenager. She gave me lots of great tips when I was in grade school on how to survive high school. And when I was in high school, she gave me lots of fashion advice when I was ready to head out for the night. She always was quick to let me know, yeah, Katie, that's not cute, you better go change. And I would find something else until I received her stamp of approval or just finally gave up. And most importantly, Sarah is the most caring person. She has an amazing heart. She loves and cares so much for her family and friends. She's constantly calling and checking in on me and seeing how I'm doing overseas. Often these phone calls end with tears, missing and worried for me, wanting me to be safe. Fortunately, when we hang up the phone, there's always someone there for Sarah to hold her and comfort her, and that person is Rachel. I'm so happy and thankful Sarah and Rachel found each other. Rachel has been an amazing partner for Sarah. Rachel has been a rock and a support system for her, as well as been able to open her up and bring out the best in her. She always pushes Sarah to communicate more, be healthier, and drives Sarah to be the best she can be. Rachel, thank you so much for never giving up on her. You have truly made her a better person, and she is so lucky to have such a wonderful, beautiful bride. I wish you both a lifetime of happiness together, full of love and laughter. I love you both so much. Congratulations. Will everyone please raise your glass? Toast. To Sarah and Rachel. Cheers. When my sister and I were little, my grandfather used to tell us two things he believed to be true. First, he'd say, "Someday, all the boys will be lined up around the block, waiting at your door for their chance with you." Second, he would say, "You and your sister will be best friends one day. You will see." Now, if you asked us back then what we both would have wanted to come true, we probably would have said the first. But if you were to ask us today, we both would say that we are blessed that my grandpa was right about the second. We are best friends. We would also say that we were blessed that he was wrong about the first and that it was actually one wonderful woman waiting at Rachel's door. For those of you who knew Rachel and I growing up, you would know we weren't always the best of friends. My family over there, you know most. One thing we did always have in common, though, was a shared dream of one day falling in love. When we were probably about 10 and 12, that's it, yep, I remember we stayed up all night fantasizing about what would happen if our next door neighbors moved out and a new family moved in with two young children exactly our age. Yeah. We named these imaginary crushes, and we fantasized about having double date adventures together. We decided to make all of these mini stories into one giant tale called our wish story. Our wish story. That night, we promised each other that whenever we had an opportunity for a wish, blowing out a birthday candle or witnessing a shooting star, that we both would wish for this made-up story to come true. I'm pretty sure we wished for it over thousands of times between the two of us for a couple years to follow. Of course, at that time, we had no idea of what love really meant. What we did know was that in some way, shape, or form, no matter how silly or crazy it was, we were going to one day meet the loves of our lives and have the fairy tale romance we both believed we deserved. As we grew older, we talked less of wishes and more of our dreams. As teens, not only did our friendship begin to bloom, but alongside it, our spiritual journeys and relationships with God. We didn't wish anymore, we prayed. We no longer made up love stories, but we hoped God was already writing our own. Little did Rachel know, God already had hers finished. And it was bigger and more beautiful than Rachel could have ever imagined. Rachel, all of the things that you have always wished, dreamed, and prayed for have come true. Sitting right beside you, take a look at her, is your rock, your new best friend, your lover, your soulmate, your Raya, your Ahava, and later tonight your Dode. She is the one. Take in this moment, relish in it, cherish it, and enjoy all of the beauty of the night, because tonight is only the beginning of your true love story. Sarah, if Rach gets to have a new best friend, then I get to have a new sister, and I am beyond blessed that it is you. Welcome to our family and our crazy sisterhood. I love you both so much, and I cannot wait to witness all God has in store for you.
All right, I've been getting a lot of advice on how to pursue this, and here we go. I'd like to start on behalf of Janice, myself, Rachel's parents, Ron and Julia, Welcome all the relatives, friends who have joined us to celebrate Rachel and Sarah's wedding. I know that many of you have traveled long distances and thank you for coming to help us celebrate this very special day. As I look around the room, I realize how many friends that Sarah and Rachel have. They're here for them to support them. Thank you very much. That was awesome. Janice and I are both very proud of her and feel that she has found someone that she obviously loves and cares for. There are two things we as parents try to give our children. One is roots and the other is wings. Sarah, you have grown your wings and fled the nest, but you still will be loved and always will have roots with your family. In Rachel, we believe Sarah has met a perfect partner and thrilled to have her as part of our family. Now we get to the tricky part of the speech. This is where I'm supposed to give some advice to Sarah and Rachel. Anyway, Sarah and Rachel, you do not need my advice. The only thing I would say that you must choose the right partner for the right reason. I think both of you have done this. Marriage is the meeting of two minds, two hearts, and two souls. It's clear that both of you are a perfect example of this. May they be blessed, the happiness that grows, with a love that lasts, and a peaceful life together. I wish them the enjoyment for today, the fulfillment of all their hopes and dreams for tomorrow, and the love and happiness ever. It is now my pleasure to propose a toast to the happy couple. Please raise your glasses for Sarah and Rachel. Thank you.
Rachel's father, Ron Case, has a few words for us.
I'm glad that Steve welcomed everybody here today, and me and my wife, we welcome everybody also. Thank you for everybody coming. But most of my speech is aimed at Rachel and kind of taking her down memory lane. Okay. I remember how proud me and your mom were the first time we saw you sing a solo at church. I can sing of your love forever. I remember the smile on your face running down to when we came to your summer camp in our new convertible. The look on your face, you were so happy. I remember the day when I taught you how to uphill and downhill park on the same hill that I learned on by Abbott Junior High School. And I remember when we go on summer vacations, instead of playing the license plate game, we counted Waffle Houses on the way to Florida. I remember the time you cried when we went to see the Iron Giant. And I remember the time that all the grandparents and your mother and I got stranded at a rest area out in Paw Paw on the way home from a secondary dominance show that we were always so proud of you. But what I'd like to end with is Rachel's really never been a movie fan. She doesn't really watch a lot of movies. But there is one movie that reminds me of her. In the movie, everybody's probably seen it but her, is The Sixth Sense. Okay, I'm surprised. But at the end of the movie, the little boy and his mom are in a car. There's a car accident up ahead, and they're sitting in the car. And the little boy says, "I saw Grandma the other day." And the mom says, "You couldn't have seen Grandma, she's dead." He said, "Well, I was talking to her, and she sees you when you come to the cemetery. And you always ask her a question. Her answer is every day. What question do you ask her, Mama? Do I make you proud?" And her answer is the same as mine. You make me proud every day. I love you. And you know how much I love you. I don't need to say it.